But before that, while I was in like 6th grade in high school, I read about D.L. Moody. And I really get inspired by D.L. Moody. His life's testimony, his story is like
this was in 6th grade.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty similar to me. And I feel like, you know, I want to be like that guy, and I want to be like him. He's really inspired me, but I never know there was a school named after D.L. Moody.
So it's interesting, you went from wanting to be a witch doctor to wanting to be like D.L. Moody.
Yeah.
That's quite a jump, Kesmy,
It is,
right?
it is.
So go ahead.
And then I meet those one pastor actually who come to Haiti for a mission convention, and I was the one translating for him English into Creole. And then I started telling him about my dream, what I want to be, and he started telling me the school that he graduated from Moody. His name is Pastor Tony from Florida.
Okay.
And he said he graduated from Moody. Moody is a great school that I might want to go to. And then when he started telling me about the school of Moody, I was so excited because I know Moody, and I jumped all over him. Are you talking about a man or a school? And he said, no, it's a school. I said, well, I know about a Moody, D.L. Moody, and started telling him about D.L. Moody. And one of my greatest quotes actually is from D.L. Moody when he said, I want the world to see what a man can truly, what God can do with a man who truly committed his life to him. In fact, you might see that in my testimony.
I saw that, I read that, yes.
It was one of the words that really inspired me a lot. And when I tell him that, and he said, oh my, you're gonna love this college. Moody is the one who started the college. And since then, you know, he told me Moody not only teach people and like how to read the Bible or to teach or be a pastor, but it's focus on ministry. And I always want to involve in ministry, have a passion for ministry. So I said, well, I'm gonna apply there. So when it come time for me to apply to Moody, my missionary friend actually said, do you want to apply to any other college in case you don't get accepted at Moody? I said, well, if I don't get accepted, I know it's not God's calling.
Right.
So I apply only to Moody. But I like 1 month passed by and I didn't hear that. Like, oh God, let me hear from Moody. And finally, God opened the door and I get accepted.
And you start?
And I started Moody in 2010.
2010.
Yeah,
okay.
And it's a great school. I loved it, and I haven't regret any single moment at Moody yet.
Yes.
And they have great teachers, and spend time alone, not only in the classroom, even outside classroom.
Yes.
So I feel like Moody really I feel like at Moody, I never been felt anywhere like home like I feel at Moody in the state, beside my home country, Haiti.
Yes.
But I feel like Moody is like a home to me.
Have your parents been able to come here at all to see, or?
No, they not. And actually, my dream is that I really want my mother, like when I graduate to Moody, I want her to stand there when I'm working to get my diploma.
Oh, yes, of course.
She can see, you know, and God. And by the way, I didn't mention that that's like a great work of God too. After I become a believer in the hospital, almost my whole family become a believer now, except my dad, who's still not a believer.
Okay.
But he doesn't practice what he used to, you know, and he's close to become a Christian.
Okay.
And we still left in prayer.
You're still praying for him. So, you know, it is very inspirational, right? To hear it, it's inspirational. Living it, what you went through, I don't think any of us could even comprehend, you know, what you've gone through. But I just, for me, this is like such, it's so amazing, and it gives people an opportunity to really see how real our God is. And if anyone could be angry with God, you know, when you talked about Job, right? Job could have pointed his finger in the face of God, which his wife wanted him to do, right? Say, curse God and die. But he said, no, naked I came from the womb, and naked I'm going to go, right? And he said, you know, though he slay me, yet will I trust him. And it's interesting that I can see that in you too, because as a young man, you know, someone who grew up poor, you know, someone experiencing, you know, what you've experienced, could really be angry with God. But I don't see that at all. Yeah,
and one of the reasons, like you mentioned Job again, in the book of Job, one of the things that struck me, you know, when Job started questioning God, you know, question God why this happened, what God did to him, he said, you know, Job, okay, you want me to ask you some questions? Tell me, where were you when the heavens set in place and all that? And sometimes I'm thinking, you know, who am I to ask God question? We are really we made to worship him, and anyhow it take to worship him, to bring him glory.
Yes.
He deserves it, and he can use us anyhow he wants. If it's for us to go to the pen to bring glory to him, let it be done, because that's our purpose.
Yes.
And you know, like Jeremiah 29:11 says, and he had great plan for us. And I know, even though when he take me to the fire, the end, I will always be who he want me to be, and that's what I should be. At the end, I will get the benefit, and God will get the benefit.
He'll get the glory.
Get the glory.
Yeah. God is sovereign, and I really believe that. And I feel like he's showing me that more and more, just how sovereign he is.
And again, like, I feel like where God took me from the village, like bringing me here, like I feel like so much opportunity. Like last summer, like the summer before this, last summer actually, this the summer after, before this summer, I went back home and had a Bible camp with my with kids from my village. And I don't live from the village anymore, by the way. I live about 4 hours from my village. And some kids from where I live, I send some of the pictures to Don Albert. So from the village, I was able to get about 42 kids plus some other kids from the place. It was 72 kids I have in the Bible camp.
Wow.
You know, it was really great experience, and seeing them listening to me and, you know, teaching, I feel, oh my goodness.
Yeah, you're pouring seeds.
Yeah.
So instead of being a witch doctor, you're being a voice for the kingdom. What is your ultimate desire? Like, what is it that you really want? So 2010, so do you have like another year left at Moody, 2 years?
I have about a year and a half.
A year and a half.
Yeah.
What is your major?
My major is pastoral, but I'm really focusing on theology. I want to get my PhD in theology, like I said. But again, God's the one in control. I don't know how. Even my school paid to people like I meet only one time and decided to pay school for me. Like, you know, people that my mother, my family don't even know. It's like God keep providing and making way. And I feel like really, like, that's why the verse of Jeremiah, I don't know how many times I can say this verse is really like a verse in my life. People probably don't understand when I said it.
Yeah.
And I was talking actually to one of my friends, my roommate actually last night, as we were moving our stuff in our room. And I say, you know, I feel like I want to write a whole commentary and just the verse Jeremiah 29:11, because I feel it's so fulfilled in my life. Although Jeremiah put it for the Israelite at the time, but it's really applicable for me today, and it's effective in my life.
Yeah, so quote that scripture for everyone again.
It says, "For I know the plan that I have for you, said the Lord, plan not to harm you, but plan to prosper, to give you a hope and a good future."
Yes.
Yeah. I think I paraphrased it, but
yeah, no, I mean, you're right. Sometimes when people read the scriptures, they think that, you know, well, this is an old book, right? But that book is very relative, and it's very, it's very relevant for today, right? And it's applicable to our lives. And it's a word that is a living word. When you read it, it comes alive, and it has an impact on your life. I know that you shared with us some photos from the camp. Talk about those photos.
Yeah, like last summer, actually, last summer I was able to do, to help with my church in Michigan. I go to a church in Michigan. It's a nice community, people who really love me and really care for me. And they had a day camp for 2nd to 5th grade. The first week, and I was able to share my testimony with them and also hang out with the kids. And you know, kids always have some question that people like my age always afraid to ask sometime, you know. And it was awesome. And the 2nd week we have kids from 6th to 8th grade, so I also get to share my testimony with them and help with them. It was really great experience. We had one little girl who gave her life to Jesus Christ after hearing my testimony, and she said, "Well, Kesmy, I just really like your testimony." She was only 8 years old, and she said, "I really inspired and really see God's is great," and she gave her life to God. And I felt it's really great thing. But the summer before that, I had a Bible camp to Haiti, which is the guys in the choir from where I go. I told them I was gonna have a Bible study. We went to Greece before I came back. I told them I want to go back home and have a Bible study, have a Bible camp. And then I told them if they can support me with it, of course, they didn't have money, all of them, you know, students. They were coming from Greece, and they have only 40 euros. In Haiti, they gave me 40 euros. In Haiti, of course, it wasn't much. I get $40 for 40 euros, so it didn't help. But there was a missionary in Haiti who always have been inspired to me. Their name is Gary and Caroline Walker.
Okay.
In fact, they're from West Virginia,
Okay.
but they live in Chicago for a little while, and then now they live long time in Haiti. They live a long time missionary in Haiti, and they have a American school in Haiti. Actually, the school I graduated is their school. And they also used to have a Bible study where I attend, and they really influenced my life spiritually. They like my father and my mother spiritually, because a great mentor in my life and really teach me what it means to be a believer and to be a minister. And they inspired me a lot. All my life, I always want to be a missionary too, but I feel like God called me more into teaching and pastoring. Things like that.
So let's just for a couple minutes, because people are curious, right? Do you think about getting married? Do you think about having a family?
One thing is, I heard this question a lot, you know, especially, to be honest, like looking at myself, and people often look and say, I don't know, will any woman love guys without arms, things like that. But myself, of course, I'm hoping God have someone there for me, someone special for me, and I believe I will get married. And because especially the ministry I want to do, I feel like it's not a ministry I can do myself by myself.
Yes.
Being a pastor, I don't think it's a job that you go enter by yourself. And then I also want to be a teacher and started my own Bible school in Haiti too. And I just started a camp, I said last summer. I want to keep this camp going.
Yes.
So for that purpose, I want to go back to Haiti every summer and to do the camp just for that.
So tell us too, I've just a couple more questions for you. So I'm sure people are curious about how you navigate your day, right? So how do you button your shirt, right? We already found how you brush your teeth. We found out how you write, right? What about like how you do some of the other things in your life, like button your shirt and that kind of thing?
For shower, I shower, and there's certain shirt I can wear by myself, like button down shirt like this. Normally I can get it over me, but I can't button it. My roommate is a good hand for me, and not only my roommate, a lot of the guys in the floor are pretty good to me.
And you're comfortable with that, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I'll get my jeans on and I can't zip it, and I just walk into the door if my roommate is not in there, and I say, can you help me zip my pants, you know?
It takes a little bit of humility, right? But it's like...
And again, and I feel like, like you said, with my arms cutting, I think it's humble me also, and nothing, even whatever I can do, someone else can't do it. I always have a sense, there's a lot of things you can't do. If you can do that and someone can't do it, remember, you can't do anything. And it's really keep me humble. And that's why I think losing my arms, it's one thing it does for me. It's really make me depend on God. And I feel like really a life that's not depend on God, I don't know how you will do it. I will be frustrated every day if it wasn't for God. Sometimes I get in the shower, for example, in the winter. I can't use hot water because I don't know, for my skin. I've been in America for a while, but I still can't use the hot water. It's annoying my skin for some reason. And I get in the shower and then out to dry myself. It took a little while and to put my pants. Sometimes it gets frustrating, but a lot of time I think, well, why is it me, But all I can do, well, it's God. If that's the way, like even Jesus went through it, why can't I be? And he's God, he went through it. What can I expect? And then and I say, well, if that's the way it have to be done, God. And a lot of the time I still pray for my arms. And one thing I know, God doesn't always give us what we want, but he always give us what we need. I might think that I need arms. People might say, of course you need arms. But to God, he might say, no, you don't need arms. And in fact, I remember my freshman year, a student was writing an article on me on Moody and asked me, how do you feel without arms, things like that. And to me, I say, well, I do have arms, I have more than I need, actually. I have 3 arms that are helping me, the Holy Spirit, Jesus Christ, and God, all in 3 sides of me are helping me.
What a great answer.
And I really feel God is helping me. And one thing is, wherever I go, God always have an angel for me. I travel by myself, go back to Haiti, take fly in an airplane by myself, there's always someone, like I'm with my bag and want to put it down. Before I even sit and put my bag down, there's someone always offer, do you want help?
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
sometimes it's not easy for you to be the one
Yeah.
asking to help, you know.
Yeah.